You watched it all and you have a question.
Today, we're reacting to clips from woman furious at husband as he refuses to be friend-zoned after divorce. And listen, this one is a perfect example of how modern relationships have completely flipped. Let's get into it.
You watched it all and you have a question. You want to know why Chris and I split up. I have answered it a few times, but it's okay. There's probably a lot of new people here, so let's dig in. I have no fucking idea. Probably one of the biggest mistakes I ever made.
She says she left her husband and now doesn't even know why. Probably one of the biggest mistakes I ever made. This is exactly why men refuse to be friend-zoned after divorce. You can't walk away, realize you messed up, and expect the man to still be waiting. All right, next clip.
So here it is. In case you didn't know, and this applies to both men and women, being cheated on is traumatizing as fuck. I was married for 21 years, and cheating was never an issue in our marriage. In fact, that was the least of my worries. I never had to worry about it. I never thought I did. I never had a feeling that I had to worry about it. Never on either part, either side. And then I got divorced, and I come into the dating field, and it is a absolute shit show. And if I had any idea what I was getting myself into, I probably would have stayed married.
She was married 21 years, never worried about cheating, then hit the dating scene and instantly realized it's chaos, to the point she says she would have stayed married if she knew. This is exactly why so many men refuse the friend zone after divorce. Women leave thinking there's better out there, then discover the dating market is nothing like they imagined. And suddenly the ex-husband starts looking like the safest place on earth. All right, next clip.
So, the last few days have been super traumatizing for me. My own fault. It's always my fault. But anyway, I didn't know. Well, I guess I did know, but that I would have this really strong reaction physically, trauma reaction to finding out that my estranged husband has been having a new relationship.
It's just, I don't understand. It's okay for her to have a
It's a double
boyfriend,
standard. Double standard.
but when your ex is having a girlfriend, oh, it's a no-no.
Very hypocritical. It sounds like she had what she wanted and now she just misses it. And I think she misses it even more because
Now someone else
someone is in the picture.
Here we go. Classic post-divorce whiplash. She says it's traumatizing that her estranged husband has a new relationship, even though she already had a boyfriend. And suddenly, she's having a whole physical trauma reaction. This is exactly what people mean by post-relationship entitlement. It's fine when she moves on, but when he moves on. Now it's betrayal, shock, pain, trauma. The truth is simple. She didn't expect him to stop orbiting her. She didn't expect him to actually replace her. And now that another woman appreciates him, all the regret hits at once. All right, next clip.
A woman shared her regrets about not working harder to save her marriage now that her ex-husband is happily remarried. The 41-year-old woman shared to the True Off My Chest subreddit that she left her husband around 10 years ago, shortly after they'd had their first child together. According to this woman, there were no major issues in the marriage. She was a stay-at-home mom and had her husband wrapped around her finger. He did whatever she said, and she burned him out. When he grew tired of her demands, she started threatening divorce. She thought she was still a great catch and that she could do better than her husband, so she left. Now, 10 years later, the ex-husband is happily remarried with a baby daughter and a new house. The divorced woman, on the other hand, has been unmarried ever since. She's jealous of her ex-husband's new wife, saying, "She took my husband, she took my kid, she took my life that was once mine, and now I live in an empty house." She claims she is alone and miserable and wishes she would have been a better wife 10 years ago so she wouldn't be in this situation. It takes two to make things work, and many people believe this woman reaped what she sowed.
Everyone always prepares you that whenever you're going through a divorce, losing your husband or wife, you go through a grieving process, grieving for the loss of your marriage, the loss of your hopes and dreams together. But one thing that they really don't prepare you.
If I had known this, it would have saved me from a second divorce. Every choice you make stems from what you believe you deserve. After my divorce, no confidence. It was my mission to get into another relationship and fall in love. Like, I needed to prove to myself that my divorce was the right decision. I needed someone to make me feel like I was worth loving. I didn't know how to do that for myself. And when you're coming from that place of lack, you choose the wrong partners. And here's divorce number 2. Don't do what I did. Take the time to get to know yourself and to like yourself so that you know what you deserve and you don't settle for less. Come join Divorced and Empowered if you want to connect with other women rebuilding after divorce.
Here's the pattern. She admits post-divorce. She had zero confidence, chased validation, and picked the wrong partners. Ending in divorce number 2. Translation for men. If you ever stuck around expecting the ex to grow after leaving, this is exactly why so many men check out. Women leaving then scrambling for self-worth creates chaos, and men aren't signing up to be emotional crutches anymore. Next clip.
Do you want to become a miserable old woman? I don't think any of us do. You've seen those women out there. The women that are nattering and nagging their husbands, that are bitchy, that aren't nice, seem to be so unhappy, and we think, oh God, I hope I'm never one of those miserable old women. That happens from raising a family, working, and then all of a sudden we're in our 50s and 60s and we have nothing. We don't have a life. We don't have a life separate from our family or separate from our husband. And so we resent everybody. I did it. Here I am on my new bed, my princess bed. It's amazing. I feel like a different person already. I feel like I can do whatever I want, and I'm not responsible for anybody anymore but me. I don't know. Things aren't going that great. I didn't know. I guess I did know. I would have this really strong reaction physically, trauma reaction to finding out that my estranged husband has been having a new relationship.
She's basically admitting it. Women often fear becoming miserable old women tied to family and a husband, but divorce gave her freedom. Then comes the twist. She reacts physically traumatized to her estranged husband having a new relationship. Lesson for men. They leave, live their life, and won't be held hostage by guilt or your drama. Women who expect control post-divorce often clash with men who have already moved on. Next clip.
Please, please. My life has been torn upside down. We are a one-income household. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Please don't threaten, and please don't try to call my husband's place of work. You're just gonna make it worse.
Oh.
This is my life. And I never, in a million years, would have thought that this would blow up the way it did.
Well, it did. The community that was supporting this woman's cause, the feminine anger, wanted retribution, wanted revenge on her husband. Please, for the love of God, the earth, everything on it, and possibly your own outcomes, do not post your issues online.
Classic post-divorce chaos. She's freaking out over being exposed online. One-income household, stay-at-home mom, expecting sympathy. Men watching this know the pattern drama escalates. Community backs her anger, and suddenly, you're blamed or attacked for just living your life. Lesson: protect yourself, set boundaries, and don't get dragged into the emotional chaos. Next clip.
The loss of your best friend, the person that you always wanted to tell your day and to tell, your small wins and your small victories. And I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared for feeling that way, even when you're not together and haven't been together. Just having that desire to have them as a friend again.
She's mourning the loss of her ex as a best friend, not realizing that men don't owe friendship after divorce. Truth is simple. Once she chose to leave, he's free to move on. And missing that friendship is her problem, not his.
After 10 years, my husband and I were on the verge of divorce. But then we got a second chance. I had finally found the courage to kick my husband, Corey, out. And I went to bed that night, terrified and relieved all at once. And then I woke up the next morning and I checked my bank account and realized he had gone to the ATM at 2 o'clock in the morning and taken all of our money except for $50. I was alone with 3 kids under the age of 5 and $50.
So she kicks her husband out, thinks she's free, and then he empties the joint account at 2 a.m., leaving her with $50 and 3 kids under 5. This is exactly why men sometimes walk away instead of sticking around to help after divorce. Boundaries, consequences, and self-preservation. He wasn't staying to be a doormat, and now she's learning the hard way. Next clip.
Have you ever heard a divorced woman praise her ex? Rare, right? Why does this never happen? Let's break it down. Why divorced women never speak positively about their ex-husbands. 1, emotional pain lasts. Even in a peaceful divorce, negative emotions take over. 2, society's influence. Many women feel praising an ex makes them look weak or like they still care. 3, protecting their image. No one wants to seem like they made a bad choice or were at fault. 4, divorce means it's over. If he was really a great guy, why did the relationship fail? 5, bad experiences. Many divorces happen due to betrayal or neglect. How can she praise that? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Let's hear their thoughts.
Here's the reality check. Women rarely praise exes because of emotional pain, societal pressure, image management, and bad experiences. Translation: men get 0 credit for staying solid, being loyal, or doing their part even in peaceful divorces. And that's exactly why men check out after divorce. They see all the effort, get blamed anyway, and realize respect isn't guaranteed. Next clip.
Tom Brady's wife lost her mind after the divorce because she lost millions of dollars. Recently, the ongoing drama surrounding Tom Brady and his ex-wife Gisele Bündchen's divorce has sparked fresh controversy. The controversy began when a self-proclaimed insider posted online, claiming that Gisele demanded half of Tom Brady's assets in the divorce agreement to support their children. Many netizens reacted with shock and outrage, criticizing Gisele for her seemingly exorbitant demands. However, in the next moment, people saw a surprising turn. After Gisele submitted the divorce agreement, she was informed by the court that her millionaire husband was actually penniless. It turns out, all of Brady's assets were registered under his mother's name. This meant that not only could she not claim any of her husband's assets, but she might even have to give a portion of her own $400 million fortune to him. This outcome left her furious and irrational. As the news spread widely, many netizens began to support Brady's actions, with some even...
Classic entitlement meltdown. She expected millions from Tom Brady, only to find out he had no assets in his name. This is a perfect example of why men check out after divorce when women expect control, money, or leverage. Men learn that protecting themselves is easier than playing by those rules. Next clip.